and Brindle started, I think he was humping her leg or something, and she's going, "Stop that, Brindle!" Hello there, and welcome to another video here. I'm out at the minute and I'm not feeling so great because I haven't really had anything to eat properly, and I thought I'd get out while the sun was still out because I had some company earlier, so I couldn't go out then. But I've just had 2 bananas, a Snickers bar and then some water. That's it. But I don't know, it's not exactly dinner, is it? It's not too bad, bro. I still don't feel so good. But anyway, I'm out here and I'm using my external microphone once again, and I'm still having trouble with this goddamn camera. I think I said on one of my other videos about using a wide angle lens adapter. It's making the gimbal like point up, left, right, all over the place, anywhere but at you. You have to keep centralizing it all the bloody time, you know. It's a pain in the arse. I think I need to get a new lens. I think it might be the lens that's causing the problems, but because there's a Freewell wide angle lens which you can get, but it's very expensive, and the one I'm using is like a cheaper variety of lens, wide angle lens. The other one's like goes from anywhere between 50 quid to 60 up, even 80. That's a lot of money for a tiny little lens, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and my foot is absolutely killing us. I shouldn't really be out, to be honest with you. I've been trying to rest it up, but I'm still having trouble, so I can't go very far at all. But anyway, I'm out here for a bit anyway. Right, so I'm once again amongst the trees down here at the what's known as a slag heap. It's as far as I can go at the minute, really, because of my foot, my really bad foot, you know. So but it's still nice down here, you know. It's like being out in the countryside basically, without having to go to the actual countryside, if you know what I mean. So it's still good. And the only thing is, I usually run into some vicious dogs down here sometimes. I've run into some friendly ones as well that still kind of jump on your pants, on your leg, and you have mud all over you afterwards, you know. But still, it's not ideal. But it's just one of those things, I guess. I'm surprised they don't have like some shows on down here or something, because there's plenty of like it's a huge field here, you know what I mean. They could put like some sort of, I don't know, they could almost have a fairground on down here. Or I guess they do have something like that up at the near the park, I think, sometimes in the summer. But down here would be good for something like a market or something, like a, you know, with some stalls, like you'd buy some second-hand items or something. I don't know, something like that, you know, even like a DVD and Blu-ray car boot sale or something. There's nothing, to my knowledge, nothing like that ever happens down here, and there's plenty of space for it. It's a good location, you know. That's what I think. Now today I received something in the post once again, and it was none other than Baywatch Hawaii. I've never seen Baywatch Hawaii, but apparently Baywatch Hawaii is, I think it's known as Baywatch Season 10, but it doesn't say that on the front cover of the box. It actually says Season 1. So I'm not sure if it's actually classed as is it a spin-off series, or is it part of the original series? Because like I say, online it says that Baywatch Night, I said Baywatch Nights there, sorry about that. Getting carried away. But by the way, Baywatch Nights is not available on Blu-ray. I don't know if it's ever going to be available on Blu-ray. So if anybody out there knows if Baywatch Nights is going to get released on Blu-ray like the rest of them, I'd like to hear from you. So, but apart from that, I haven't got a clue. It's only available on DVD from Germany and possibly somewhere else, and I think it's very expensive. And I think it might be a out of print, or going out of print, or something like that. It's like about 40 quid for the first season, I think. But I think all the episodes are here on YouTube for Baywatch Nights, but they're not in widescreen and they're not in HD either. I think they're like the full screen and they're about 360 pixels resolution or something. But anyway, getting back to Baywatch Nights, online, when you look up Baywatch, it's classed, if you look up the Blu-rays, it's classed as season 10 and 11 of Baywatch, because Baywatch ran for 9 seasons. And you can now get all 9 seasons in a box set, either from Germany, which is a bigger box set than the American release, which has just come out. The American box set is a much slimmer box. It's still thick, but it's nowhere near as thick as the German one, because the American one is inside of just one big thick plastic case with little sleeves inside with all the discs in. So each disc is in a little sleeve, you know, a little plastic sleeve like them DVD, Blu-ray sleeves you can buy from computer shops and that, or online. It's just in them, so you pull the little sleeves out, they're not even attached to anything. So they're all just bundled inside this big thick case. So it takes up less space, you see. Because all of the German ones are in thicker cases, and there's 4 discs in each box, you see. So them ones take up much more space with all them thick cases inside of another, probably cardboard slipcase type thing, you know. So yeah. But I haven't got all the seasons of Baywatch on Blu-ray. I've only got some of them. I've just got odd seasons at the minute. Just buy the other ones when I can afford them, you know. So yeah, so I need to get season 1 of Baywatch on Blu-ray. I've got them on, some of them on DVD, like full screen. I originally had the Australian versions of the first 2 seasons. I've still got them somewhere on DVD. But I need season 1, I've got season 2, I think I need season 3, season 4, I've got season 5. This is all Baywatch on Blu-ray, by the way. I don't know if I don't think I've got 6. I don't know about 7, but I've got 8. I might have 7 and 8 actually, but I need 9 and the rest I've just mentioned. So I've still got a few more to get when I can afford them, you know, of the Baywatch on Blu-ray. And they're all the German versions that I'm getting, because you can only get the German versions of Baywatch on Blu-ray from Germany at the minute, if you want to buy them separate seasons, that is. But you can buy all of them in one box, like I said, from America, in like a thick box with little sleeves inside. It's over 100 or 200 quid or something like that. So it's not cheap, but you get a lot of discs in there, you know, a lot of seasons of Baywatch, you know. Someone's passing in front of us on a bike, but they're not coming up here. Oh, it's muddy down here. Muddy, very bloody muddy. Not that muddy, but a bit muddy, you know what I mean? Not bloody muddy. It is bloody muddy, but not dead bloody muddy, if you know what I mean. So anyway, now you could potentially shoot a movie down here if you knew what to do. I think I mentioned that before, but one of these days I might try and shoot a short movie down here, but I haven't got any like other people like to appear in it as actors at the minute. Unless anyone out there wants to participate in a movie that hasn't been planned yet, and you know, we could shoot something, I'm sure, just like a short film, you know, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour job. I'm sure I could come up with something, but I could do with another couple of actors at least. You know, you don't have to be professional or anything, you know. I mean, I don't think all the actors on Baywatch were professional, if you know what I mean, but some of them were better than others, you know. I think a lot of the people on Baywatch were like, a lot of them were hired mainly because of what they look like, rather than their acting abilities. I mean, there's some exception to the rule in there. There's some really good actors in there, but some of them, I think they were still getting warmed up, you know, with the acting thing. They hadn't perfected it fully yet, so, you know. Now, I'm just wondering if there's anyone else out there watching this who owns a DJI Osmo Pocket, and you also own a Ulanzi wide-angle lens that you use with it. Do you have any issues where the camera, when you put the lens on, it just keeps pointing in all the wrong directions and you have to keep pressing centralize, you press the button twice to centralize the camera, the gimbal? Because this one is driving me bloody insane, to be honest with you. It's keep pointing this way, that way, up there, down here, everywhere, anywhere but me, and it chops the top of my head off a lot of the time, as you probably noticed on some of my previous videos when I was doing the one about the trees falling down here. with the wind. I don't think the wind's strong enough right now to bring any trees down while I'm here right now. At least I hope not. But I don't think so. It's not exactly hurricane force or close to it. Not yet anyway. But if anyone's got a DJI Osmo Pocket and you're also having issues like this with the lens, I'd like to hear from you. Or even if you're not having issues with the lens, the Ulanzi lens, let us know, because if you're not, it might be just my bloody camera. Maybe I've got a defective unit, if you pardon the expression. Actually, I think a few women told us that in the past, but that was about something else. Anyway, you know what I mean. I'm on about the camera anyway, not the other type of unit. But yeah, there's also a family unit, isn't it? I haven't got one of those either. I think the sun's definitely going down a bit. I guess this is a good place to go bird spotting, but I can't see any birds right now, so maybe I was wrong. Oh, I'm wrong, there's some birds in front of us. Just as I said that, some birds just flew from the long grass there. I didn't even know they were there. I think they're crows, actually. Yeah, crows. That reminds me of something, actually. The film The Crow with Brandon Lee was a very good movie, but also very tragic, because obviously Brandon Lee allegedly passed away because an actor, this is how the story goes, the official story, an actor called Michael Massey in the movie was holding a prop gun, allegedly, and somehow it had something lodged in one of the chambers where the bullets would go, the blanks. It was supposed to be some fragments left behind from one of the blanks or something like that, and there was enough to be fired out of the gun and causing it to go into, allegedly, into Brandon Lee's stomach, his abdomen, and caused him to bleed profusely, and ultimately killed him. I read they had to give him like six blood transfusions or something, pints of blood, 6 pints of blood, and it still didn't help. I don't know, but I've often wondered about that, you know, if it was something dodgy, because Brandon Lee's father died in mysterious circumstances as well, as you know. You probably know anyway. You know something, I don't even know if this lens is on. Probably I can see something hazy. I don't know whether it's the it might be just my it might be just because the sun's behind us. I don't know. There's a very small screen on this camera, you know. You need like a pair of binoculars to see it properly, but I haven't got a pair of binoculars with us right now, so you know. But yeah, it was interesting what happened on that set. I was watching an interview with the actor Michael Massey, who actually fired the gun that allegedly killed Brandon Lee in The Crow. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. He doesn't go into too much detail about actually firing the gun. He's mainly talking about how he felt afterwards and stuff. But then I learned from doing a bit of research after watching that clip, the interview with him, he's also passed away, and he wasn't even that old, by the way. I looked it up and it said he passed away from stomach cancer, allegedly. So I don't know. So it's very strange, that thing, isn't it? Very strange. But anyway, I've got The Crow on Blu-ray. It's a good film. I still haven't watched it on Blu-ray, actually, but I used to have it on VHS, obviously, back in the day, you know. Oh, I just stood on something there. I hope it wasn't some dog shit. That's all I'm hoping. Oh, and by the way, last night I watched a movie which I haven't watched before. It's rather infamous. It starred James Spader, Holly Hunter, and Elias Koteas. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be wrong. And it was called Crash. It was directed by David Cronenberg, and it was made in like 1996, I think. Anyway, I watched it on 4K Blu-ray on my cinema screen, and it had little borders at the sides for some reason. I don't know why. I thought it would have been in the 185 or 178 to 1 aspect ratio, you know, where it fills the whole screen with no borders at the sides, but it wasn't. I heard the Blu-ray, I think, does fill the screen, but I haven't got the Blu-ray. It didn't even come with a Blu-ray, and most 4K discs usually come with a Blu-ray in the box, you know, but this one didn't. I don't know why. Anyway, so I've just got the 4K. But anyway, I don't know if you've seen the film, but it's very well, it was controversial when it first came out, and apparently it got banned in some countries. I don't know if it got banned in this country, I can't remember, but They did mention it had some problems in this country when it first came out, but I don't know if it got banned. It's about, basically, if you don't know what it's about this group of people who have got this like fetish, sort of fetish type thing, where they get turned on by car crashes, whether it's their own car crash that they're involved in themselves, or the drive past car crashes, and they start getting it on and stuff, and it's kind of crazy, like. But I thought it was worth watching because I like James Spader, and I like David Cronenberg usually because he directed The Dead Zone, which starred, of course, Christopher Walken, and that was a brilliant film, I thought, based on the Stephen King book. Yeah, very good film that was. I always remember the bit where he shakes that guy's hand. You know, when he touches people's hand, he can see into the future what's going to happen to them. And he touches that guy's hand. I forget that guy's name, the actor. I always forget his name. But anyway, he touches his hand, he shakes his hand, and he goes, "The ice is going to break!" And it's something to do with someone's going to go skating on some ice on a frozen lake or something, and the ice breaks and he thinks he's going to drown. I think it might be his son. I think it's his son, actually. Yeah, he sees it in the future. His son has got learning difficulties or something, I forget. And he sees him falling through the ice on a frozen lake when he's skating or something across the lake. Yeah, it's a very good film, that was. I haven't got that one on Blu-ray though, unfortunately. But it is available on Blu-ray. I think only in America, I think. Yeah, so Crash. Yeah, it was good. There was fair bit of nudity and stuff in it and stuff. And James Spader. Oh, there was one scene where, I hope this is not a spoiler, but if you haven't seen it, James Spader sort of gets it on with Elias Koteas at night in the dark in a car. He's like snogging him and all sorts. I was like, oh my god. I was practically reaching for the vomit bag, I tell you. I wasn't expecting that. I've never seen James Spader snog another man in a movie ever before. I didn't expect to see that. Apart from that, in the rest of the movie, he was kissing women and stuff and other things. So yeah, it was good though. It was made about 3 or 4 years after the film Dream Lover that James Spader made with Match and Amick, or whatever the hell you call her. I don't know how you pronounce her second name. I like her. But I just still don't know how you pronounce her second name. I think it's Amick or Amick. She was in Sleepwalkers with oh shit, what's his name? I forgot his name. The guy off the Return to the Blue Lagoon. He was in it with Mila Jovovich. That's another one of my favourites. I was hoping that would get a Blu-ray release, but it still hasn't to this day, and I don't know why. Because it's a good movie, you know, and it's got Mila Jovovich in. What more can you ask for? On the beach and all that, you know what I mean? What's his name again? Damn, I can't think of his name. Yeah, right now. I do know his name. I just can't think of it at this very moment. By the way, over here there's a huge mountain. I've mentioned that many times before. I once went up there, right, and there was this group of kids in front of us, and I couldn't get past. So I sort of barged my way through the middle of them, and then started asking us questions. I forget what they asked us now. I can't remember. But I asked them if they'd heard of any ghost stories around here or anything, but they said they hadn't heard of any. So yeah, but it seems pretty deserted down here at the minute, apart from me. I did pass some people back there, but there's none over here at the minute. As you probably know, they often get the runners down here, the joggers and that. But like a running team, I think, come down here on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Must be a Wednesday because it's Tuesday today. Yeah, it's Tuesday. I've just noticed something over here. Yeah, over here, I just noticed well, first of all, there's always this little pool thing here. I don't know why it's here. I don't know if it's been I don't know if it's naturally there or someone dug it up. But it's got some bits of trees that have fell down and a tyre off a car by the looks of it. And it's very muddy at the minute. Yeah, very muddy. So I'm not going in there. That's for sure. I haven't got me wellies on or anything. You know what I'm saying? So no chance of us going in there. But it's a pity. Can you just imagine if down here, right, they built like a multiplex cinema. There's plenty of room for one, that's for sure. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? Imagine my house is not far from here. Literally 5 minutes to over here or so. I could come down here and watch a movie or something on the big screen, and you know, it would be pretty neat though. But I doubt they would ever build a cinema here. What else? Imagine also, I often thought about this, right? Not just thinking about if they made a cinema here, but imagine they turned this into a cemetery. Imagine that. I don't think they would, but you never know. Because at Heworth, right? At Heworth, they made another cemetery just up from the main one, the one next to the metro station. Yeah, I think it's called Heworth Grange Cemetery or something. So they made one up there. I don't know what that used to be up there, that patch of ground where they made it, but you know. So that got me thinking. Well, not just that. I just the many times that I've walked around down here, I've often like imagine if this was like a cemetery, you know. It would be handy though for making videos and stuff, because as some of you might know, I am a big fan of cemeteries. I like to go into cemeteries. I always have. Me Nana used to be very into cemeteries as well. She passed away though. She's not actually in the cemetery though. She got cremated, unfortunately. But me Nana always, when I was at her house, she always used to be looking at the paper. She went straight to the deaths page. She'd always be reading out to me mom and me. Oh, like these are just random like made up names I'm using here, but she's, oh, Terry Ratchett's died. Oh, and all this. She's reading out all these names. She always used to go through all the deaths. I don't know, she like really enjoyed doing that, you know. But like I say, she passed away quite a while ago. And me nana used to live in Pilo, in a street called Christ, what was the street called? I forgot. Anyway, I do know the name of the street, I just can't think of it right now. But anyway, I did find me nana's house on a website online, right? This is a while ago, but it's up for rent now. It's like a flat. They're renting it out, but I could recognise the rooms and everything, but they've done them out all posh and differently, and they had all the deco and beds. My God, it's getting really windy here. I don't know if you can hear us with all this wind, like, but bloody hell, it's getting really quite windy, you know. But like I say, I could still recognise inside of my nana's house from the photographs inside. But it looked different with it done up so differently, with different wallpaper and carpets and different three-piece suites and beds and all the rest of it, you know. It was all completely different, but it's been rented out as a like an apartment, like a flat type thing, you know, because it was all on one level, you see. Didn't have an upstairs. There was somebody else lived upstairs. It was a separate house upstairs, you see. So there you go. But I can't remember the name of the bloody street offhand. It'll probably come to us later on, you know. So yeah. I mean, Nana had a dog, right? She had a dog called Brindle. I don't know where she got that name from, but I remember one time we were on holiday in the Lake District. This was ages ago, in a caravan, and Brindle started I think he was humping her leg or something, and she's going, "Stop that, Brindle!" Oh, that was funny, that was. And I remember that song was on by I forget who sang it, but it goes, la la lila, life is life, la la lila. I remember me nana used to sing along with something. It's just going, la la lila. It was very funny. And I remember once I was on holiday with me nana and me dad and me mum and me brother in a place called Sea Houses, a very nice place next to the coast, and we're in like a guest house. I forget the woman that run the guest house, Mrs. Mole, I think she was called. Yeah, Mrs. Mole, I think that was the name. Anyway, it was a nice place. There was a big sitting room, I remember, with a huge window, and you could see like another guest house type hotel thing across the road. And there was this guy staying there, this lad, and I was always influenced by him because I think he was into heavy metal and stuff like me back then. And he had this belt on, right? And he had this bloody great knife, like Crocodile Dundee type knife, you know? You know, that's not a knife. This is a knife. You know, that sort of thing. A big knife with a proper leather handle type thing. Anyway, that influenced me, and I was also then after a knife. So I was going to the shops down the street in Sea Houses. I was looking in the window and I saw a knife. I thought, oh, I'll have to have that. So I did buy it, right? I think it had a pouch to go in and everything. And it had like, the only trouble is the handle was made to look like wood. Like with the wood grain on and stuff. But it was actually made of like tin or something. Kind of weird, but it was very sharp. And when we got back home from on holiday, I was actually using the knife. I got a piece of like a branch off a hedge. And I was trying to like strip the bark off it to make like a bow and arrow type thing. And the knife slipped, right? And it went right into my finger. I nearly cut my bloody finger off. And there was blood everywhere. I was like screaming the place down, I'm telling you. That was not good. So I think I went off the knife after that. Like, I don't think I touched it again, to be honest. Oh well. You learn the hard way sometimes, don't you? That's for sure. Right, well I think I'm going to have to wrap this video up now. Because I need to go home and get a proper dinner. Because like I say, I haven't had any proper food. And I think I'm developing the shakes actually. Another thing, I will have another Blu-ray giveaway coming up soon at some point if anyone's interested. I doubt it, but you never know. The last person who won, somebody did win the last one, at least one part of it. He didn't tell us if the film actually turned up, the Blu-ray in the post, so I don't know if he got it or not. But I can only hope that he did. So I never heard from him. So anyway, so if anyone's still watching to this point and you do win one of my giveaways in future, can you please let us know if you receive it, just to reassure us that you got it, you know. You don't have to, but it's helpful, I guess. It gives me peace of mind that it actually got there, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now, and I'm going to go and buy some crutches off eBay and a wheelchair. So next time I see you, I'll probably be looking rather like Ironside. Yes, that's Raymond Burr. But yeah, you never know at this rate. I can barely get out the house. It's bloody great, I tell you. But just to reiterate, if anyone has any advice about injured feet, very sore, painful feet, to the point where you can hardly walk out the door, or very far when you get out the door without coming back, and not being able to walk at all after sitting on the couch, please get in touch if you've got any advice or tips, okay? But with that, I'd just like to thank you all very much for watching this video today or tonight, wherever you are. And I hope you have a very good night or a good day where you are right now. And I'm going to say bye for now. And don't forget to give us a little like if you did enjoy any of this video. And I shall catch you all next time. So, bye for now. Ta-ra now.